welcome to Southpaw Saturday, and today we're going to talk a little bit about gender. Mwahaha. So when I was a kid, activities at school were highly gender stereotyped. Girls played jump rope and hopscotch, whereas boys did sports. I didn't like either of those activities, so I was forced into sort of a confused isolation where I played on my own. You'll be my friend, won't you? So in my imaginative play and in my writing, I always identified more strongly with male characters. I still do. I was never bothered by this fact, despite being perfectly content as a cisgendered female. Yeah, it was totally possible for me to run around during the day pretending to be James from Team Rocket and yet still identify as female. In fact, a while back I spent about a year or two pretending to be male on an online RPG forum. It started out as sort of an accidental misconception that I just went with. And when I eventually came out as female to my friends, they were willing to accept me no matter what my gender was. I was really fortunate to meet such an open-minded group of people, and I do know that some of you watched this, so thank you again for being so awesome. I really don't regret that time or anything I did because I think I learned a lot about gender. I was definitely treated differently as a male in some cases. Such as even when I acted exactly the same, people would describe me as funny or as awesome as a male, but then when I was female, people would say that I behaved, in a cute or an adorable way, even though it was exactly the same sort of stuff. It's really interesting how gender can sort of change people's ideas about even the same behavior. I guess I also want to say that being male doesn't mean being masculine necessarily, just as being female doesn't mean being feminine. Gender is about what you feel inside you to be true, like how I feel that I'm female even though I'm not particularly feminine. I know that I'm lucky that my biological sex and my gender match up because for some people, sometimes they don't. And anyone who says that gender is biologically based is terribly misinformed. Let's all strive to be a little bit more open-minded, yeah? That's all I have to say about gender, really. So, see you guys next week.